What's happening, y'all? It's your boy, Kibreab. I'm here with my dog, Itsrayiguess.
Yes, sir.
Currently stationed at the Playhouse LV.
That's right.
I want to shout out my dog, Perry Porter, for all these beautiful paintings around us, you know, in the whole studio.
Shout out to Perry.
But, you know, today we talking about the new album, That's Crazy.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I don't even know how to start. Like, when you asked me to listen to the album, first of all, I want to say thank you.
Of course.
'Cause I'm really honored.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But, I mean, starting out, like, how does today feel? Like, does it feel like a culmination?
Today feels great, first of all.
Yeah.
But no, today, I'm just happy to finally be at the final stages of it. You know what I mean? It's been like a long time coming. Like, last project I put out was 2022. So we on 3 going on 4 years almost.
Yeah.
So I'm just happy to be in this moment finally, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Okay. But, like, when did the wheels kind of start turning for you? Like, okay, I got to get my name out there again.
Honestly, I want to say it never really stopped. It's just living as like an artist, like you have to balance your artistry as well as your real life.
Yeah.
And as everybody knows, from like 2020 to now, shit been real shaky.
For sure.
So like somewhere in there, you know, I had got, you know, caught up with trying to just repair my life and make sure my shit was straight.
Yeah.
Still was creating in the meantime and stuff like that, but so I had songs that were kind of just lingering around. Like I'd be like, oh, that's a great idea, or oh, this sounds good, or whatever it is. So I would keep those, you know, for safekeeping.
Yeah.
And then just over time, I was like, you know what, I think I'm close to like having something solid. I was still a little anxious about coming back out into the city just because it had been a little while, like before since I had performed, since I had really put anything out. But I gotta give credit to my dog, Mac Neely.
Shout out Mac.
Because he was really like one of the main people pushing me to like get out for real. I'm like, Mac, I got this music that I'm doing and I think I'm close to something.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I'm gonna line you up with a show. And I'm sitting there like,
yeah, that's
like right now,
yeah,
like I mean, I don't have to do it right now.
Yeah, that's how Mac is. He'll push you off the ledge quick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that him doing that, I'll say midpoint of last year is what really got it going. You know, 2025. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of what got me back in.
Okay, so like the timetable though for the project was like about a year, kind of.
I say it's some songs that's been lingering for a while, probably since all the way back to like since I did my last project, 2022. Okay. So some stuff may be older, some stuff might have came like within the last year, some stuff might have came this year. Like it's been spread out, you know, as far as actually putting it all together.
Okay.
Like,
And then after that conversation with Mac, it then turns into, okay, I think I got a full, like I'm heading towards, we got a full project.
Yeah.
So after that conversation with Mac, what steps then did you take to go, okay, we gotta like tidy all this up?
It was, I don't know, it was just getting on stage again, seeing the reactions I was getting to previewing new music. Because at that time I was showing certain songs that weren't out yet and just seeing like the fact that people were vibing with them and it felt natural and stuff like that. So it kind of just put that battery in my back, like, all right, we got these songs loosely hanging around. Let's like you said, we got to tie it together. Like it's time to get back out there. Plus it's just seeing the climate of the city right now where there's so many new artists, there's so many new creators out here. Yeah. Not even just musically, it's just a lot of stuff happening in the city. And I won't say I felt like I was missing out. I just knew that this was like a prime time to reintroduce myself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like that's really what it was. It was like, all right, like we got to take advantage of this moment that's happening right now. Yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah.
And I kind of feel the same way with like, you know, even myself, like, you know, I shout out On the Road podcast, whatever. Like I think once people attach you to like whatever your thing is, they want more of it from you. Facts. But as a creative, I think you and I both had this moment where it's just like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready, you know, and then someone next to you will see it a totally different way. They're like,
that's
right. All right, you got to get out now. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you already know, we were just talking before the camera started rolling. I'm like, oh my gosh, do I say my full name? Yeah. Like, oh, say your name.
Exactly.
I'm like, okay, you know what I mean?
Represent yourself, you know what I'm saying?
But I think a question that pops up in my mind now is that, like, why do you think artists, like, kind of go, like, you know, oh, I don't really want to do the thing I'm known for?
Because, man, like, what people don't understand is, like, you're always, like, sharing a part of yourself. Yeah. Like like Erykah Badu said, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. Like that will always be the baseline of being an artist. Like no matter how long you do it, you know, how like much experience you have, like whether it's rapping, painting, whatever it may be, like there's always a part of you that you leaving with that art. You know what I'm saying? So like it takes a lot of like, you know, you gotta have a lot of self-confidence for that. And that brings me to another thing I think about is like you got to be in the right space mentally and everything. Like I said, life has been pretty crazy just in the world in general. And like for me, I was depressed, bro. I was going through shit. And I always say people don't want to see the depressed wrestler. Ain't no such thing as a depressed wrestler. Nigga, you come in the ring, you better be on.
You better be Shawn Michaels. Pointing at the crowd.
And that's the same thing as being a rapper, bro. Like if you are stating these things on these songs and putting your foot down and saying this is who I am and this is what I believe in, you gotta be in that state of mind. And if you're not, you cannot like just throw yourself out there like that. So it takes a lot of like getting to that place, you know.
Gotcha. And then so another thing I wanted to ask too, like how you were talking about like maybe you weren't in the correct mind state to really come out with music and you know necessarily be proud of it. You know, a lot of artists, there are a lot of fans. I say like you'll hear this from rap fans a lot of times, like, oh, I liked him when he was on pills. I'm like, that's so irresponsible to say.
He was trying to end his life. Where's that creativity?
Man, I want that music when you was hungry and broke. God damn it, like how do you feel about that point though?
Nah, that's just crazy.
That's an art. I know, but
like I mean, I can see where it comes from. You might see those kind of like conversations happen around Eminem. That's one of the big ones, or like even Chance the Rapper, or certain people like. I don't know. I feel like art can be inspired by a lot of things. Like it don't all have to come from the most negative spaces. You know what I mean? But I think that happens a lot more in hip hop than any other place. Like just because they feed off of trauma. Like I think I heard I'm name dropping a bunch of people, but like I think Vince Staples said that shit. He was like, we sell trauma, bro. Like that's what it is. So people want that. They want to hear the worst thing that's happened to you so they can feel better about their life, or they can relate to it, or they can whatever. So where's the negativity that I had? Like, man, like now you happy? You got your shit together?
Hey, you know what's so crazy? We were just talking about that, you know, shout out Perry, but before the cameras turned on, we were talking about like, you know, listening to a Jay-Z album now. It's like, you good? What is there to rap about? You straight? Like,
about, like,
you talking about wine and cheese? I don't want to hear this shit.
Exactly.
You know, but. I think contextualizing it, I think maybe, you know, with rap specifically, I think people want to hear like, you know, listening to rap now or just maybe always, it's almost like an action movie. You know what I mean? Whereas like, I remember it was like raining, what was it, like the first day of the new year, and I was just driving around listening to Radiohead. I'm like, dog, you know, shout out OK Computer. And I'm like, I'm in the car, I'm like, bro, this is the most amazing album ever, but I'm gonna be in tears listening to this shit. This is amazing, but like, I think rap fans, like, we don't want to be in that space. Or it takes like, you know, because it's so tied into masculinity so much, like toxic masculinity, where like, I don't want to be comfortable in that space.
That's very true.
You know what I mean?
That's
so I think tying into, you know, let's start talking about the album, Namaste, it starts with a guided meditation.
It did.
Right? And it's like, follow my voice. Breathe in, breathe out. Like, what made you decide to start the album that way?
Like I said, it was kind of just a place that I was in, you know what I mean? Like, even getting into like the first statement, like lately I've been on my Namaste. Like I got to a place where I was at peace with a lot of things. One of the biggest like changes in my life is when it comes to my music career. Is for so long, from the very beginning to probably just maybe a year or two ago, my driving thing was I gotta support my family. I gotta be financially stable through this music shit. I gotta prove a point and let everybody know I'm the greatest and this and that and this and that. And I think within the last like year or two, I just came to terms with like, maybe I just do this shit because I love it. Like, and I just really was okay with that. Like, regardless of if I become the biggest thing ever, or if I just am locally known and I'm just very good at what I do, I don't really care what the barometer is for me. Like, and I was okay with that. I'm going to be the best artist for me, whatever that looked like. I'm gonna get good at all this shit for me. And then if things come along with that, then great. But that's kind of where Namaste comes from. Like, I just wanted to be centered with myself before I talk to my shit.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense, because I think, you know, thank you for kind of pointing out the track like that, because when I first heard it, I was just like, okay, we on our meditation shit, we on our Namaste, but I was thinking to myself, what does Namaste really mean? You know what I mean? So for you, like, how you were talking about like getting your life together, and you know, I think you don't really, it's one of those lessons that you kind of have to learn, like it takes a while. Because I've had to kind of the same thing, like, you know, when it comes to stand up or podcasting, like when you attach, you know, like commerce to art, that's when the relationship gets weird.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, and you're not able to do the same things.
Yeah.
Because, you know, right now you have full creative freedom as an artist.
That's true. Yeah.
But if you were to get, you know, the chain, the cars, the big record deal, everyone's cheering you on, then you get on the other side of that and you go, oh shit, I can't do what I used to do.
Exactly.
To where it's like, damn, I almost missed when I was hungry and broke, because I had freedom.
Totally different.
Now I got money, but I don't have freedom.
Totally different
You know
lifestyle.
what I mean?
That's facts, yeah.
So I think Namaste is really dope, because you know, it starts off the album like, you know, kind of slow down, but like kind of picking up that energy.
Yeah.
You know, and then we get to White.
Oh,
You live on white walls, Cadillac the villain on white walls. Wow, that's like, what was the inspiration behind that track though?
Bro, I'm gonna be real. That was a like very Mac Miller inspired song for me.
Yeah.
I swear to God, bro. Like I always wanted to do some kind of tribute to him in a way. And that was the most natural way for me to do it. That song, I just wanted to be as abstract as I could possibly be. As abstract and cartoonish and just like bending words and what they mean and shit. Like I really wanted to do that and make it stand out on that song. So, and of course, like it kind of carries over some messaging from Namaste as far as like being at peace with myself and just like really just not overthinking the little things, and even telling people, hey, like you only getting better, you ain't at your best yet. Like there's certain things in there, letting people know that like, you know, life is life. Like it's cool, just live it. Like, you know what I mean? So that's White is my shit for sure. Like personal favorite.
No, really?
Yeah, it's my personal favorite.
Okay, because I got my personal favorites right here too. But like, I think when I listened to White the first time, there was it's like a few bars, but I was like, when I heard these few bars, I was like, oh, the homie really rapping. It's I got the lyrics pulled up. Rumor has it that I'm Sin City's chosen one. Heard it from a birdie, try to hurt me, put a hole in one. Say you grip iron, quit lying. I'm the man of steel. Fly around, save bitches, take them out the peppermint. When I heard that shit, I was like, oh, homie really rapping. This ain't, he ain't fucking around.
No,
you know what I mean?
bro.
Like, when you're writing shit like that, like, is it? I'm trying to explain this correctly. Like, do you know you're writing some dope shit? If
Oh,
it makes
for
sense?
sure.
Okay.
Oh, for sure. Like you have your moments like, oh, nigga, I am too cold. Like,
yeah, I'm in flow state.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
But like, it's crazy, like, cause listening back to it, like in this moment, maybe I'm not working on music as much, or like I'm not writing as much right now. Listening back, I'm like, how the fuck did I come up with that?
Yeah.
It be feeling like I'm listening to a totally different nigga, bro. I feel like, damn, I said that. Like, that came from.
No, that's how I was like, oh shit, I need to get my shit. I don't even rap. I need to get my shit up. Yeah.
But yeah, I think some of my favorite bars, like I said, that's a personal favorite song for me. Some of my favorite bars are on that song, because it's equally like lyrical and like skilled and funny and just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like it's just a perfect blend for me. Like, yeah.
And then another line I wanted to point out too, I think it's the end of your first verse. No fake flex, just the timing that I'm on. Either build me up or leave me alone, which obviously the Jay-Z reference. And that's what I've noticed with the project. Like there's like a lot of like slick little references to like artists you grew up listening to.
Definitely, yeah.
So who were those artists that you did grow up listening to?
Yeah, for me, the first would definitely be Kanye.
For sure.
Kanye, you know, College Dropout was like my introduction, like, to hip hop. Like I had already been listening to songs. Of course, you hear stuff on the radio and stuff like that. But to sit down with a CD player
and embody a project,
and sit there and listen to it. So I'd say him. Other influences would probably be like J. Cole, Believe it or not, Ab-Soul.
Ain't no believe it or not for sure. Ab-Soul, you crazy?
Ab-Soul,
yeah.
Control System legit taught me all about verse structure.
Yeah.
Like, you know, multiple flows within one verse and certain things like that. You know, and another one would be Childish Gambino as far as just like creativity and just like how you package things and how you present yourself and stuff. So those are some of my bigger influences for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
And you know, I feel like all those artists you named, I kind of have the same thing, but not for writing, just maybe more so like being truly yourself as a creative.
Definitely, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, man, I wanted to dress like Ab-Soul so bad. Because I'm like, to me, I'm like, my hair is crazy. I like wearing designer. I'm woke. I'm like, we're the same person.
Right.
So if I ever met him, I'm like, bro, thank you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's real.
Because the next track, obviously, Can I See You? This is my personal favorite.
Hey,
I told you when I listened to the album,
cool.
like, I'm like, hold up.
Yeah.
I need to be out drinking downtown.
He said this was a bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? What was the inspiration behind Can I See You? Because like after White, I think like Can I See You to me it feels like, you know, summer track, it's tropical, we outside, everybody smelling good, looking great, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where the track takes me.
Definitely. For me, Can I See You? First off, I like to appeal to everybody, so I wanted to make something for women, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want everybody to dance.
You know how like rappers go like when they do the album interview with like, this joint for the ladies.
Yeah,
it's always the joint for the ladies.
But you gotta have it.
You gotta have one.
Man, they gonna be at the shows. I need them at the shows.
Yeah, please.
I ain't doing no sausage parties. No offense, but
Hell no.
no offense.
No, I'm sorry.
I appreciate you, but some ladies got
please.
But so I wanted to make something for girls to really dance to. Plus, myself to dance. I'm a dancing ass nigga, dog.
For sure.
I dance all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, for somebody who dances so much, I don't have no music to dance to. And that felt very like contradicting. So, you know, and I like the upbeat kind of Kate Shonada-ish feel of it and stuff. So, and I don't know, it's certain songs or certain beats that you get where like you can write a song just like that. Yeah. And that was one of the ones where I was just like, oh, I'm gone on this. Like I wrote that shit in maybe like a day. Like that whole thing. Okay. Yeah, so I love that song for sure. And
I want to still keep talking about this song, but like a question I had, like, were there songs on here that maybe took you a little longer to write versus other ones?
Let's see. Oh man, I'm jumping ahead, but Friend or Foe for sure took me a minute to.
And we'll talk about that. Yeah, we'll get back to that one. Yeah.
We'll talk about that one for sure, but that one took me a minute. The more personal tracks, they usually take a little while, just because it's like you really gotta dig deep to like really catch that feeling, you know what I mean? So
gotcha. But for like the ladies joints, like, I got this in a day, boom.
Boy. Yeah, Can I See You, man? I love that record.
And I just love that there's more wordplay on here. I got it lined up. Girl, let's face it, your ex-man went rogue. I replaced him. Make you smile, that's a natural facelift. Wind your body while I'm gripping on your waist, This is a special night, let's not waste it. Lust and temptation, lip gloss popping, little mama, let me taste it. He getting that shit off. Like, I didn't catch that till like last night. I swear to God. Yeah. And the X-Men wrote, I was like,
bro.
Oh, he rapping.
Double Entendre is ridiculous on this whole project, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I kind of just caught a flow with this one where I like smooth talking, man. Like I think it's just so
slick,
fun.
Slick talking,
you know
slick talking.
Like I do, and I even miss the days of like when rappers would get on R&B songs and just come out with the like smoothest verses. Yeah. Like I feel like Kanye used to be great at that shit. Like he just used to have these cool R&B like pop-in tracks. Like So I take pride in that. Anything smooth, anything lady related. Like I just try to like really talk that stuff, like, you know. And
I like, why do you think that like disappeared from rap? Like rappers look dirty now.
That's very. Yeah. I don't know. It's just now. I guess it just pays to be hard all the time. Like,
just I call it Rico indictment music. Yeah. Yeah. That's how I call it. Like everybody just catching Ricos.
No, really.
Like. Nobody cares about the ladies no more. Like, y'all niggas tripping, man.
It's crazy. I mean, unless you NLE Chopper, I guess.
For sure, but
but he be on some
he be on some other shit. But in the hook, I love the hook on here because it's, you know, you're shouting out Vegas, Northtown. I know you're feeling the vibe.
Yep.
East Side, I know you're feeling the vibe. Yep. Southwest. When you said Southwest on the song, like
he's like, oh, he's talking about
us. He talking about us. Southwest. I know you're feeling the vibe. Like
exactly.
Kind of speak to what does that feel like to be able to represent the city.
It's very important to me, bro. Like, you know, I'm originally from Detroit.
Yeah.
But of course, I was raised out here. So I've been a part of the community basically since like 2016.
Yeah.
And to see it grow from where it was to what it is now is so beautiful. And to have played a part in it, you know what I mean? I take a lot of pride in it. So like genuinely, I wanted to just have that small moment of shouting out my city, you know. Like I'm gonna always stand 10 toes for Las Vegas.
Same.
You know what I mean? I'm never gonna like switch up on that. And I feel like sometimes there's not enough people who speak up on the fact that we from here or we, you know, we do music here. Some people be trying to act like they're from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like,
we don't want to say no names.
Like,
I know we all are.
No disrespect.
We don't want to say no names.
No disrespect to nobody.
Yeah.
It's just like legitimately, this is where we built this shit from the bottom. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna always shout it out.
Facts.
Every chance I get.
You know, and I think that kind of ties into, you know, I think you mentioned on one of the other tracks, but like Vegas not having a sound, you know, and I kind of, while I was driving up here, I kind of thought about that. I'm like, well, the way I kind of thought about it in my mind was that Vegas is a transient city, right? So if you imagine it's like a potluck, right? Where everyone's like kind of bringing their own, like, you know, you're bringing Detroit flavor, I'm bringing Bay Area flavor, my homie might bring New York flavor, and everyone's kind of bringing their own thing to the potluck. So, but you have all these different flavors on your palate, and it's like kind of hard to pull out one. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Because for me, I think it's almost like, you know, we have a lot. You already know we have so many talented people.
Right.
But I think everybody's trying to do their own thing.
Yeah.
You know, because since we live in America, it's an individualistic country.
Yeah.
So hey, I got to get mine.
You're right.
I just happen to be here.
That's true. That's
you know, because it's hard to tell people, oh, you know, it's not like the Bay where it's like, hey, whatever you do, we Bay Area first.
That's
you know
true.
what I'm trying to say?
Yep.
So do you see that ever changing in Vegas? I know it's changing a little bit, but
I can say yes, just because compared to what it was when we started, bro, like it wasn't this community. Like it wasn't this togetherness. People was not popping out at each other's shows and events the way that they do now, and networking and meeting and connecting the dots and all that stuff. Yeah. I think people, like that pride of being here is growing. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot less people who are like, oh, I'm from such and such. Yeah. I don't know. No, it's people who are like, yeah, I'm from Vegas. Who are like, hey, that's where I'm at. So I do think that over time it's only going to continue to get more, that togetherness is going to continue to grow. Like, because there's no choice. It's a small place. I call Vegas a small big city. Because you can get anywhere within 35 minutes. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
for real.
Literally from end to end.
Yeah.
So we all gonna run into each other. We all at some point have to interact with each other. Yeah. You know what I mean? So we had no choice but to like kind of, you know, support each other.
And then another question I've been meaning to ask, and I'm excited to ask this.
Okay.
I think it's like the interlude, you know, on the track. You're talking to.
Yeah.
Who is that?
It's a friend of mine.
Ready? Okay. Because you know that's like a stereotype in rap now. Like you got to get the interlude with like the phone. Like what was she saying? Or
basically in that interlude was saying that she was having like a good time. Yeah. And that we were gonna go somewhere to like talk more. Like, that was really all this.
Okay. Because I was trying to get on my translator. What was she saying? Like
so she was speaking Spanish, and it was just saying that we like it was playing in a part of the song. You know what I mean? Just to build the atmosphere of it. Just saying I had met a lady and like we had a great time and she speaks Spanish and I don't. Like,
gotcha.
So that was kind of just.
But you know what's so funny? When when I listen to the track, you're like, I don't know what you're saying, but I'm like, I'm down. I'm like, oh, he getting his shit off.
Big shit.
This is right. Yeah, that's why I was mad. I was like, bro, I need to be outside with this shit playing. So obviously we'll hear it when the show comes out. You know what I mean, later this month. But I think. Another question I had too, oh gosh, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, you made a really slick reference to holes.
You caught that?
Yes, I caught it. Because I was like, Stanley, I'm like, I remember. I was like, oh shit, oh, you digging the meat.
On that. It's,
you know what I'm saying?
Dig that she into me.
Yeah. But nah, to me, I mean, Can I See? To me, is the standout track.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
It's definitely, for me, it's gonna be a single. Like it'll end up
for sure.
It'll end up getting a video.
We need the video. The video. You damn near. Here's what you need to do with the video. I maybe get Sorrell to direct, but like, you know how like certain videos like everyone gets on set at like 1, but they start shooting at like 3 or 4. Like we need to start partying and then shoot. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, everybody gotta be at the
exactly. Yeah, like it gotta look like the High and Here video or some shit like that. I swear to God.
I feel that though. I do feel that. We need a nice close.
Yeah, or like those old like neo soul videos from the 2000s. Just everybody looking glistening. You know what I mean? Yeah, take notes for sure. God, I damn near want. I will show pull up for the video, but
oh hell yeah.
Next track, obviously, Respect.
Yes sir.
I mean the banger, the project.
Yes sir.
What mind space were you in to go like, okay, I'm finna go up? Because my first thought listening to this song, when I first heard it, I was like, this took me back to 2016 Kanye.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that to me.
Bet.
It felt like it could have got thrown on with Life of Pablo, like those projects, I mean, that project at that time.
Yeah. No, so that one, man, I was digging into, I think that I actually wrote that one. That was one of those songs that's been in the back pocket for a minute, bro. Like, that's some shit that could have went on Ray Is My Last Name, my last project.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was doing a lot of, like, soul searching and digging deeper into my, like, past and stuff like that. Yeah. And I just started talking about, like, some of the shit that I witnessed when I was still living in Detroit. You know what I mean? Or just, like, some of the crime and some of the hardships that happen, you know, when you live in like an area like that. So a lot of that is true story shit. You know what I mean? And I don't know if you could kind of tell, but on the 2 verses, you get 2 different perspectives. Yeah. The first perspective is of someone who is looking to get respect by going down this path and doing what the people in front of him did, and like really being in a place that he shouldn't be. Yeah. And then that second verse talks of the perspective of an innocent kid who is witnessing this, saying we should not be dealing with this. Like, so that's what happens. What a nigga gotta do to get some respect? Like, what I gotta do and what are they doing to get it? Like,
get it.
You know
okay. I mean? So, thank you, because I was listening to it. I'm like, I know there's something here with these 2 verses, but it's not connecting.
Exactly. So it's 2 different stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think maybe the question that pops up in my mind now, though, is that like when you wrote that at that time and recorded it, I should say, maybe not necessarily wrote it, but like recorded it at that time, that mind space you were in, because I can kind of, like being retrospective about it now, I can hear like that energy, like, like you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, 100%. I wanted to really like convey my point that way, because like, of course, like the hook is always the most important part. That's what's gonna get people in. Yeah. And it's a real question that people gotta ask. Like, not even if we take it even outside of the context of that song, like what a nigga gotta do to get some damn respect? Like, what do I have to do? Whether people can hear that and think about at their jobs, like if they dealing with a friendship, relationship, or whatever it is, what do I have to do so I can get what I deserve? Like, you know what I mean? And I wanted to make sure people felt that, you know. So whether it's on the record, at a show, people can say that and feel that, you know. So that's really where it came from. Gotcha. And then even having my boy Jerry the Blakk in the background with the tell me, tell me, because if it's just like, please, like, what is it? You know what I mean?
And then, you know, I think you start off your second verse, and the second verse of this song, to me, I think is like the most, you know, when you're listening, because this is track 4, I believe? Yeah, track 4. You know, the first 3 tracks of this album is like, you know, we popping, we vibing, you know. Breezy. It's girls around. And then track 4 is like, hold up, bro, we got some shit to talk about.
A quick
it was a pivot. And that's my first time listening to the project. I was like, oh shit, let me hold up now. We got, you know what I mean? I thought it was just gonna be, I thought we were just gonna be cooling or whatever, but you start off the verse with, pull up the lyrics. Truth be told, I was like 5 years old. I seen a body froze in my front yard. 6 years old, there was a bullet hole in our living room. There was guns drawn. Same year they broke into our home. I had to ask myself, what's going on? Grand, what's going on? Mom and Dad, what's going on? You know, speak to those moments, you know, in those lines.
Yeah, like I said, this is verbatim what I said is what happened. You know, you just see, you know, I remember pulling up, you know, with my godmom to the house, like my grandmother's house, and I don't know if it was a fight. I don't know if he got stabbed, whatever. It was a dude laid out on the front yard and a guy standing over him and people outside of their homes watching what was going on. I just got home from school.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what was going on. I'm young, so it's not like I'm trying to put two and two together, but I remember her just like holding me close and we running into the house and just kind of just like not talking about it. Like shit like that happens. You know, same thing, same house. Like you come home from school and then the front windows is like busted down because someone shot at the living room. Like it's certain shit that just was happening. But when that's the area you grow up in. It's just like, okay, well, let me just stay out the way, normal, I guess. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like you don't really know what environment you're in until you get older and you get a chance to look back. You know. And I'll also say this. Granted, this does paint that picture of those like harder times. Detroit is a beautiful city, and I love my city. I love where I'm from, and my entire family that's from out there and like supports me and everything. You know, there's just like I feel like every city has its hard times and its hard areas and stuff like that. But there's a lot of beauty in Detroit too. So I just want to say that. So.
And another thing that pops up in my mind too is that like. What influence do you think Detroit has on your music?
I think it has it's more so like a core values thing than it is music. It's just like, it really made me want to just give quality music, like a place of Motown, you know what I mean? Place of like the Anita Bakers, you know what I mean? Yeah. There's certain things that come out of there where it's just like, you really got to be on your stuff, you know, whether it's the Eminems, the Big Seans and stuff like that. It's a caliber of art that you got to put out, you know, if you're gonna say you're from a certain place. Yeah. So that's really what I pull from it.
And being an artist in Vegas, do you feel like you're still carrying on that lane? It's like, hold on, like, you know, I got love in Vegas, but I still got to put on for the D.
You know, there was a time in my life where I had a hard time like balancing that. Yeah. Like, how can you claim to be from here, but you mainly live here? Yeah. You know, what is this? Like, your family over there, but you don't even see your family as much as you do your friends out here. Yeah. Like, I don't know if this is the right term for it, but at the time I had like this almost imposter syndrome, like where I felt like, damn, am I really like from Detroit? Am I really tripping? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know I moved out here when I was young. Yeah. I would go back to like Detroit. I moved out here when I was 8. I just want to lay it out. Yeah, moved out here when I was like 8 years old. But I would go back and forth for like winter breaks and summer breaks, probably until I was like 16. Yeah. So I still spent a lot of my time out there. But like I said, that there was that moment where I was like, damn, like who am I? Am I really from here? Am I really from there? Whatever. But I just realized like both of those things can coexist. You know what I mean? Those are both huge parts of who I am. You know. And going back, I went back 2 years ago to go see a lot of my family that I hadn't seen for a long time. And nothing changed. All these little questions I had in my head of like, would people be looking at me different or talking to me different? Or whatever. I went back home. It was like nothing ever happened. Like time never passed. Like everybody loved everybody. Everybody gave me the same embrace and same everything. Yeah. You know? And it was just like, I was tripping. Yeah. It was me. Like I was the one overlooking all
reacting and overthinking.
Yeah, so that's what that is.
I think we do that a lot where we like, you know, because I'm, you know, same thing. I moved out here when I was 8, but you know, my family's from the Bay. But I go back every summer, every winter break, every time someone graduates college, you know, gets married, whatever. I think like, for me, I think it's like your roots are still there, and like for me, I think when I go back to the Bay, like. I start having like memories pop up, flash in my head or whatever. Like, you know, my parents are telling me stories of growing up here, but then like, I feel like being in Vegas, this is where we made our name. Yeah, you know 100%. What I mean? So now when people ask me where I'm from, I've lived here longer than I ever did in the Bay. Yeah. So now I'm from Vegas. Yeah. Because if I tell people I'm from San Jose, it's like, I don't know you know what I mean? I don't know I can't get on the highway and tell you what's going on. You know what I mean?
Where I'm going?
Yeah, I don't know where I'm going. I'm like, I'm stuck. You know what I mean? So I'm sure maybe it's the same for the D, but going back into the track, I think this is where, as a listener, you get really personal. Because you talk about your cousin Chucky.
Yes.
And the lyrics are, the really stanza really is, when my cousin Chucky had died, left the function, a fight was outside, broke it up, but got shot in his side. Man, your death really haunted me inside. Life lost over a disagreement. Family crushed, that pain ain't never leaving. Hood shit, what do you expect? Them niggas just do some, just, get some respect.
Just to get some respect.
Speak about who Chucky was and what he meant to you.
So like with my family, it's a lot of cousins, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like shout out to my cousin Denzel, Roy, Dominique, Tiffany, Tierra, everybody. Brittany, all y'all, love all y'all. At the time, like Chucky, like the guys stuck all together, girls stuck together, you know what I mean? We would all play and like, play sports and shit like that. And Chucky was just one of us, like, and he was probably the first death that I dealt with. And like outside of my grandmother, like my great grandmother, it was the first death that I dealt with, and that shit shook me because he was my age and we was young as shit.
How old were you at the time?
I believe at the time I was like 15, like 16, something like that.
Okay.
I can't remember exactly, but we were still not teens for sure. Like,
yeah.
And it was just weird. It was weird to like, I don't know. That's when mortality started like coming in, like you start thinking about the fact that like, oh shit, like, cause we got a really healthy family, we don't get into no shit, like it's we all really good people and shit. So when that news came through, it kind of just like changed my whole perspective on a lot of stuff. Like I still think about that to this day. So I wanted to make sure that I paid homage to him, you know what I mean? Like, the least I could do is make sure his name gets mentioned, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to make sure that he was in there. So. And
did you ever get clarity about that whole? Because I tried, researching it a little bit after I listened to the song, and I wasn't still too clear about the whole thing.
Yeah, no, I never really dug too deep into it. It was one of those situations where you hear about it and you kind of just like try to cope with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just try to pay my respects and like just let him know that. Still love him and love his whole side of the family, love Brittany, you know what I'm saying, like, so yeah.
And when it happened, was there any, I guess maybe anger towards like the city, or like why'd y'all, Chucky wasn't bothering nobody, or?
I mean, at the time I was, like I said, I was still kind of just young, so it was more so just like dealing with the feelings, the emotion of it, like it was more like sadness than anything. Like, you know what I mean? Because that's it. Like, you never get to see that person or like see who they were gonna be and like what role they was gonna play in your life and all these other things. So it was more so those kind of feelings. Like, I know what city I'm from, like those things happen, but you never think it's gonna happen to your old people.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that was more so where it came from.
Yeah, and I think I kind of had the same thing too. Like, the only person I lost in my family that like, I don't know if I'm trying to word this correctly, like, I guess hurt was my grandmother. And it's crazy because, she was in Africa at the time, so I met her as a baby, and then I got to meet her when I was like, I think like 6, something like that, and then she passed when I was like 10. Yeah, because it was 2006, so it was 10. And I'll tell you a funny story. Actually, I've never told this story on camera, but this is crazy. Right. This is a crazy story.
Okay,
it's crazy. So like, this was at the Uncommons, and Jazz had a DJ set there. And before her DJ set, we just grabbed lunch or whatever. And I don't know why I don't know how. We were just talking about life and work and all that, all this stuff, whatever. And I just randomly brought my grandmother up, or I think she brought her up, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just talking about how, like, she never got to see me graduate high school. She never got to see me be an adult. Right. She never got to see so my mom, her daughter, buy a house or like.
Those important moments.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, our family's done so much stuff since she passed.
Yeah.
And while we're at, with lunch or whatever, I mean, this is the Uncommon. So I don't know if you ever went, but like that food hall over there, it's closed now, but people are eating lunch, there's families out, whatever. I burst out into tears, like straight tears. Damn. Cause I never reflected on it. You know what I mean? Cause it hurt, cause I was like, oh, like my grandma was kind of like the matriarch of our family.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Once you lose that shit,
shockwave. Everything kind of like our family's still really close, but it's just kind of like, I think like for me, I think I still like, I do everything kind of like, I'm just trying to make my family proud.
Yeah,
you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So
that's right.
I never had that moment, or I never got to really like sit and contextualize her death or whatever, you know what I mean? Because I really didn't know how to feel about it.
Yeah.
I just had all this emotion. And this shit was crazy because I'm full tears, I'm sobbing at the table. Yeah, boohoo crying. And Jazz is like, she's just like, rub my shoulders, it's gonna be okay. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, no, you look fucking crazy, dog.
No.
I've been crying in front of all these white people and shit, straight boohoo crying.
But yo, sometimes you gotta have that. Like, sometimes that's your body telling you, like, I can't hold this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This has to happen.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately. So I'm just glad you had that moment.
Yeah.
Granted, setting is crazy, but I'm
in front of some hummus and like, and some pita chips. Yeah, straight tears. You know what I mean?
Bro. Yeah.
But and at that time, like, I think I was already in therapy. Like I had to. It took a really long time for me to even get in that space to even be comfortable to talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think that's the thing that, us as black men, we do a lot where we just hold stuff in.
Yeah.
And we don't check on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
and
we just like kind of, we let it fester.
Yeah.
But that's worse. Mm-hmm. You're gonna hurt yourself doing that.
That's why I really love what I do and how I do it, and it's because I don't shy away from that shit.
Yeah.
Like those things that sit there, like it physically like hurts me to keep it in.
Yeah.
Like I have to physically put this somewhere. Like, and if it's in a song, if it's on an album, great. I got to compartmentalize this thing and put it in a physical place so that way I don't have to feel this emotion anymore. I can go back and listen to that and be like, that's what I felt. And it's therapeutic.
But as a rapper though, like, or as a writer, I should say, how long does it take a writer, do you think, to like kind of get to that point to talk about personal trauma at a,
Yeah, I think that's all depending on the person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like me, I prided myself on like being very genuine with my emotions early, even with using like the subject matter that I talk about, whether it be about anime or about like, some random reference, like you brought up holes.
Yeah.
Certain things, like I said that I was gonna be myself 100% from the gate. So in doing that, I'm a little more comfortable with talking about those deeper feelings and deeper thoughts, you know what I mean? Now, like, depending on the situation, like I said, it might take me a while to write that or like sit with that feeling and really like, make it as potent as I can make it. But like, I'm a little more comfortable with it, you know what I mean?
So you're at a good space though to like be able to talk about stuff that's happened in your life.
Oh yeah, for sure. A lot of that, I'm gonna be honest, I got a lot of that out on Ray Is My Last Name. That was probably my most personal record. And that took a long time, like just to really reflect on every memory that I had and all these things. So to be able to see that I could successfully do that, I know I have that in my toolkit now. Like if I need to like really take myself back and like reflect on something and like put it down somewhere, I can do that. Like, yeah.
Cause I think with like a lot of artists, like I think Jay-Z was talking about this once. He was like, your first album is, for a lot of artists, your best album. Because you have had your whole life to pull back from.
Moment,
and then that second album, if it's a major label release, you only have like, what, 10 months and to top the thing you just had 20, 25 years to work on.
Yeah.
So for you, like, is there, I know there's kind of a gap between your first project and the project now. Like, what does that feel like to be like, okay, I talked about my whole life kind of on this first project, but now I've grown since then.
I think it's you never really run, to me, you don't really run out of stuff to talk about as long as you continue to live life. But I think what people need to understand, mostly like fans of music, is like, they'll always complain, well, why did my favorite artist go away for 5 years?
Yeah.
Why blah, 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 blah.
They had to go live.
Yeah, you have to live life in order to have something to talk about. You have to have new experiences. You got to be able to rehash those old experiences. There's a lot that you have to do in order to like get to a place, kind of talking about to what we were talking to what we were saying earlier, like to be in a mental space, to make sense of everything that you just went through. Like that is hard enough to sit and make sense of that shit to yourself, and then be like, okay, how do I make that rhyme?
Yeah, wow. You're right. Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So it's like doing it all over again,
exactly.
kind of. Yeah.
Like, how do I take everything?
Now I have to make this rhyme. I just got over it.
And not make it corny. And make it relatable. And there's so many phases to that shit that people don't think about. All they think about is like, drop the album.
Yeah.
Like, dog, you don't even know.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah.
Because I've seen that a lot with artists, like for example, like Frank Ocean. They're like, "Hey, bro, we need the album," and it's just like, you know, he lost his brother a few years ago. It's like, if I were him, I'm like, man, fuck yo, I'm not dropping. Cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have a sister, and like, knock on God forbid, if I ever I'm not doing no podcast. I'm done.
I'm not. I'm not entertaining shit.
I ain't doing shit. Yeah. So, I feel that. You know what I'm saying? But
1,000%.
For me, like respect is like the. It's also one of my favorites. I have a few, you know, I'm knocking them down, but next track I need, you know, and now I think like from this track on, now I think we're getting, you know, it's a lot of like relationship drama.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? After we got respect out the way, now we're gonna talk about this love life. You know what I'm saying? So, another set of bars that I kind of want to talk about again because you mentioned it. Homegrown, coming straight from the ground, Northwest. They know I'm repping Northtown. Heard them say Vegas ain't got a sound. Ray, I guess, stop kidding around. Pandemic, I'm the illest around. CDC even sick of me now. Fonzie even sick of me now. Look, I did. You know what I'm saying? Like, another thing I wanted to ask you too, like, why do you think like being from the North is like this like this badge of honor? Because I'm from the southwest part of town.
For me, okay, like
what is it about for our viewers? Like, what is it what makes the North such a?
To me, okay, look, I'm a little
biased.
Biased, but also my meaning of being from the North is not the same as probably what it meant.
Break it down, yeah.
For me, the staple, the guy who made it like the most popular was T-Rap.
Okay.
And T-Rap like represented Northtown and put it on the map and did a lot of shit that like I just commended him for. Yeah. And it gave a lot of people on the North Side like a lot of you know, just it gave you that confidence and gave you that like this is
I'm from the North.
I'm on this side of the freeway, like
I'm on this side of the freeway.
Like what the fuck? Yeah. So like, you know, a lot of people in Northtown, a lot of people in the Northwest part of town, like, you know, shout out to my boy Wave. You know, it's a lot of people.
Shout out Impact.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. My dog Drew Raber, like, it's a lot of us over there that really make shit happen. Vic Smith. So yeah, it's just like you gotta wear that shit.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
You know, I've lived here basically my whole life. I'm still jealous I can't say I'm from the North. I'm like, damn. When I tell people I'm from the Southwest, they're like, now it's like kind of, when people ask me where I'm from, I'm like, by IKEA. Okay, for sure.
Right.
But I wish Impact was here. He's like, the Southwest get tricky too. Like, that's kind of the thing about the city. Is like, there's like a lot of tricky areas. And I think the North, you know, I love the North, but it's like the biggest collection of like,
a lot of
unless you know somebody here.
Yeah, fact.
You know what I'm saying? But I think another line that kind of caught my eye on when I need was I need a bagger. You could tell all the labels suck a dick. I need a bad little thing shorty to work magic on my stick. More wordplay. I need to buy the fam a crib and take them away from this And that last bar, you know, buying the fam a crib and taking them away from all this. Kind of speak to that too, about like how much of inspiration your family is about, like, you know, how you were talking earlier about like, man, I want to make it off of music so that my family doesn't have to worry.
Yeah. I think a big driving factor for me was always like, I was given, like, this is a God-given talent.
Yeah.
And if I can use this to propel my family to just like everything that they want. I feel like everybody in my family deserves everything that they want. From my immediate family to my extended family to whatever. Like if I can be the golden ticket, I'm gonna do that shit.
Yeah.
So that's really what that's coming from. It's just like wanting the best for everybody and trying to be the spearhead of that, you know? So that's I love my dad, I love my sisters, I love, you know, just everybody, my aunts, everybody who really supports me and has really been there. So like I just want to pay it back, you know.
And are they aware of your, like, do they listen to you? Okay, yeah.
All of them, yeah. They're all, the first thing, I go to any family event, you still doing your music?
You still doing that music? You still rapping?
Or they'll be like, I see your little video.
Yeah, I seen your little video. It's always, why do we do that? It's always your little video, your little song.
Video. You and Sway.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Your little video.
Your little video with Sway.
That's
you big time now.
Yeah. For real.
God, I love all the black people, man. They don't know what it is exactly, but they support it. Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, your little thing with Sway. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I guess maybe we can make a pivot.
Yeah.
You know. Talking about Sway. What was that like? Because I remember talking to you with, like, you know what I mean, right after it happened.
Man, that was the most unexpected moment of my entire life.
Yeah.
I was literally, I think that was like a Tuesday morning. Like,
yeah.
I was on my way to work. I was opening the store, and my boy Mason, good friend of mine, he just reached out to me. And we hadn't talked for a little bit, like, you know, just life gets in the way.
Yeah.
Everybody's busy and stuff like that. So I was just like, I was kind of like curious, like, dang, he texted me and then called me. I was like, what the hell's going on? It's 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Somebody hurt, yeah.
It's wild when it's 8:30 in the morning and you hear from anybody, let alone one of the homies that you haven't talked to in a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And he just was like, yo, so what are you doing tomorrow at 5 in the morning? I'm like, well, it's a Wednesday. I'm going to be in bed, and then I'm going to be at work.
Yeah, yeah. What do you want me to do? Eat? Yeah, I'm eating breakfast, yeah.
And he was like, I need you on Sway. And I immediately knew that it was real. Like, it was not planned. And, I took the call, and I was like, all right, bet. Like, I'm with it. Like, whatever I need to do, I'm down. I will say, he told me, you know, that Dev Donnell and Jerry, the Blakk, was going to be a part of it, and Jerry's my dog. So as soon as me and Amazing got off the phone, I called Jerry because I'm freaking out. So I call him. I'm like, yo. And he's like, yo. I'm like, so Sway. He was like, yup. I was like, how you feeling? He's like, nigga, I'm nervous as fuck. And I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
And I was
somebody
like,
feel me on this,
please. But that's my dog. But fast forward like to the actual day of, you know, I got my outfit together, drove out to, you know, the location. And I'll say everybody who was working at that studio, super hospitable, super nice, super just down to earth.
Because it's at the Wynn, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
So like, then, you know, at the time we're sitting in like the green room or whatever the location, and they were shooting the show already. It's live, you know. So we kind of was able to watch them do that. And that was just surreal because I'm watching it on TV, but niggas is in the other room.
Yeah.
So that was crazy. And then Sway came out, and any nerves that we had, that shit got cut down to like 50%. He just cut that instantly. It just felt like he was talking to your uncle or something.
Okay.
He's like, hey man, like, don't worry about none of that
just
shit.
rap, yeah.
We here for the music, we here for fun. Like, get all that pressure and shit out of here. Like, you know what I mean? And literally, you know, we got on there, we represented ourselves in the city well, and kept that shit.
Nah, because it's crazy, because you did I think you went last?
Yeah, I went last.
Okay, you went last, and then you were like, hold on, I gotta say, can I say something? And I was like, oh, my dog got the speech ready. Like, he talking about putting on for the city. I was like, that boy ready, because, you know, Sway, he got the big lights in the whole production, so.
For sure.
You know what I mean? I think for a lot of artists, like, maybe that was like your first, like, oh shit, this is real.
Yeah, bro, that was crazy as hell. And I wanted to take that moment to, like, literally, like I said, shine light on the city, man. Because when we get those opportunities, we got to take advantage. Like,
facts.
For me, that felt like my Andre 3000 at the Grammys, Atlanta.
The South got something to say, yeah.
Like, that was
a Source Awards.
Yeah, Source Awards. Thank you. But yeah, the South's got something to say kind of moment. Like, hey, like, y'all, wherever y'all at, like, Las Vegas.
That's cool, but Vegas, we in the motherfucking building.
So I wanted to make sure I did that, and I'm glad that they allowed me to, you know, really say what I had to say.
And another question I had too, like after the video got uploaded to YouTube, were you like checking the comments like, oh, let's see what they said about my verse?
Sure. Oh, for sure. Like, yeah, and it was cool because we had live reactions. Like when we finished.
Oh, like on the chat?
Not even on the chat.
Or people were calling in?
We had people calling.
Whoa.
Around the country.
Yeah.
That's what made it
They didn't do you like Little Debbie?
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, dog. What's crazy is like we finished this, we dapping each other up. You know, the whole studio gave us like a standing ovation, which was crazy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man, it's
I
beautiful.
didn't know, yeah.
And then Sway was like, all right, let's go to the phone lines.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. In real life?
In real life? Oh, shit.
Yeah. And then they're like, okay, let's go to Virginia.
Yeah.
Let's go to Michigan.
Yeah.
Let's go to Arizona. I'm
Yeah.
like, everybody just heard us.
Yeah. The whole country just heard this shit at 5 in the morning.
Satellite radio. Like,
yeah.
So that was insane. And when I say like we all, you know, we got off of the, you know, the stand or whatever and went to the lobby and started talking, like hyped up and shit. Start checking Instagram, bro. When I say it was like follow.
Yeah.
Man, I got like 30 followers.
Damn.
I was like, damn. But that shit was crazy, so yeah.
Cause you know, being on, it's still like, you know, when Sway was on, what was the show? When he was in the old office, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, Sway in the morning, thank you. But if you were on Sway in the morning and you killed it, that was a stamp, like, hold on, you good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So like, kind of speak to that too, like, I almost think like, and that's kind of the thing about being in Vegas is that I've had the same thing with, you know, my career as well. It's just like, just knowing people type shit. Like, swear to, you know, shout out my brother Mike from On the Arm. I'm wearing, you know, I'm wearing the On the Arm sweater right now. Like Mike will just be like, same thing. He'll call me like, yo, what you on? Oh, you know, Chris Brown backstage. I'm like, okay, I was just at work. Whatever, cool, let's do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So then I'm in the car. I'm just like, yo, my life is crazy right now. So you probably had the same thing.
Who are you telling me?
Yeah.
Like, and it's still crazy to this day. I don't think I'll ever feel like that was real. I don't think even though it happened, I was there, there's video, people mentioned it to me, I'm still just like, nah.
I think I have the same thing, like watching it back, like, you know, when I saw it, I was just like, oh, the homie on Sway, like, I'm like, wait, I don't know them too well, but I'm like, that's my dog. I know him. You know what I'm saying? He's rapping on Sway. I'm like, so then when you have that moment, it's just like, I think a lot of times it's like you'll do cool shit and then it'll be like, oh my God, like I'm not a braggadocious person, but I should probably be a braggadocious person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, it's funny because I mean, some of my last shows, the last shows I did of last year, of 2025, people were bringing that up to me. They were like, dog, well, first of all, they were like, the performance is crazy. Yeah. You're out of here. You're whatever. And they would be like, you gotta understand who you are. You were on Sway. Yeah. Like, and I'm like, damn, like I have to understand what that means. Yeah. Like how much weight that is, like in a good way. Like what kind of weight that carries is what I'm trying to say. And I'm like, okay, like, all right. Like, I mean, I was already gonna hold myself to the highest standard. Yeah. But like when you get that kind of moment, it's like, you gotta really live that.
But like, and how does that feel like, you know, because you've been rapping for years at this point, like, do you ever get to sit with yourself and go, oh shit, this thing is like, wait. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say?
Oh yeah, for sure. I look back at my
because I'm still kind of like, when people tell me they're proud of me or like, you get to do all this, I'm doing all this cool shit. Like my sister's the one that's like, oh no, you know all these people. You're just so lucky. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I'm just a guy. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it always feels like that. Yeah. It literally, I look back at all the great things that, you know, I've done and all the people that I've been able to be blessed enough to be around. And man, it's insane. Like, that's why I try to tell people, you know, regardless of if you get the $1 million music contract, regardless of, you know, anything you might do, you are a successful artist right now. Yeah. You have a successful career right now because you started and people support you. Yeah. Whether it's 5 people, whether it's 100 people. Like, it's very important that people understand the worth of everything that we do. You know what I mean? So I'm happy with everything. If it ended today, I'd be like, oh, that shit was lit.
Facts. You know what I mean? Same. Yeah. But, you know, getting back into the album, Foolish.
Yes.
Yes.
I like Foolish.
I love Foolish too. I love Foolish too, but you know, and maybe like I kind of want to like put a few tracks together. Okay. You know what I mean? Like I want to put like Foolish and then going into Friend or Foe. Was this like, you know, when you're talking about, you know, women on this project, like, are these kind of like multiple different people, or like, is this like one seminal person? Like,
there's
like where is all this coming from?
There's definitely multiple people being mentioned through both of those songs. Probably like one person per verse, low key. Yeah. So it's multiple people.
On Friend or Foe?
On Friend or Foe and on Foolish. It's different people throughout the whole thing. But yeah, it's just, I've had a lot of like experiences dealing with like dating and relationships and things like that. And I wanted to be vulnerable about it, and I want to be open about it on the positive end and on the negative, not so positive end, you know what I mean? So Foolish is kind of like the uplifted part of that, you know, maybe the initial meeting of somebody, like, and you find that chemistry and you find that feeling that you get when it's like, wow, like this shit is working.
I'm laughing because like when I listen to Foolish, I'm like, okay, and then Friend or Foe, I'm like, oh Lord.
Totally different. It's the other side of the
I'm like, oh damn, I don't want to be here. I want to go back to Foolish. I want to go back to Can I See You?
Exactly. Where's the happiness that we had? Like, damn.
I miss Can I See You? You know, when I'm listening to the project, I'm like,
Friend or Foe is like the Meet the Graham.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit.
Ooh, yeah, I'm like, oh Lord.
That's not good at all.
Yeah, I'm like, oh damn. Because it's so, you know, I almost like, you know, I love Foolish, but I really want to, now I really want to, let's talk about Friend or Foe.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
Let's go there.
That's fine,
you know,
that's fine, yeah.
When I heard Friend or Foe for the first time, I'm like, boy, he gonna make me work through this one, boy. I'm like, because it's just so real, you know, it's so relatable, like, but in a, you know, in a good way and a bad way, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, no, Friend or Foe, man, it's, what it is there's two people who I knew for a very long time, like I said, probably a decade each. One being a friend.
Two separate people.
Separate people.
Okay.
One being a friend.
Wow, I thought it was the one person this whole time. Okay, wow.
So it's two. One is a friendship, which is where it starts on that first verse, and the second verse was actually someone I was in a relationship for a long time. Okay. So two different people. A friendship that kind of ended because we did, after all that time, you know, we did become intimate. And it just kind of changed the whole dynamic of everything we were. That shit just like abruptly stopped. Yeah. And that's me talking from the pain of like what that change felt like for me. Yeah. And then that second verse being somebody that, you know, I dated from when I was like a teenager to like, you know, being an adult and all that, and seeing how, you know, we weren't the best for each other in a lot of situations. And trying to come to terms with that was hard, you know what I mean? Just like, because you become so codependent of each other and so comfortable around each other. You've experienced so many things with this person that like separating was like, you know, like it was like really having to pull each other apart. That shit was rough, you know what I mean? So those are two very personal like moments that like took me so long to like come to terms with and like be able to express, you know what I mean? So that's what that was.
And was there any, like, is there any hesitation like when you drop a track like Friend or Foe and it's out to the public, not now, but it will be, and they hear it?
Hell yeah.
Okay, I was like,
yeah,
what? Sure, yeah.
This is a record.
That second verse? Yeah.
This is a song that I've been holding on to for years, bro. Wow. Like, because for that specific thing, it's just I was never in a place where I wanted to share that information or that like I wanted them to know that I was feeling that way. But I think, well, first of all, that first verse, I played it for that person. Yeah. Because
I got it, boy. I got some bars to ask you about. Hold on, but go ahead.
Yeah, that first verse is pretty wild.
Yeah.
But I showed it to that person.
Woo, yeah.
She loved the song.
Yeah.
And I remember, and this is her sister's words, not mine. Yeah. But she was like, "Damn, you're such a bitch." And they laughed about it. But like, yeah, so that person has heard that. Yeah. The other person has not heard it yet. So
the other person hasn't heard the second verse of this song. Yeah. Which is about the
Yeah, exactly. So that'll come around at some point. But yeah, so.
Because I mean, I got some lines highlighted. I was like, okay. When you said.
Yeah.
You said, hate the head was fire, ass was moving, and the pussy good. I was like, I said, damn, that's the triple combo. Boy, that's the chips and the dip. I said, you lost all that shit.
I know.
But you know, the rest of those bars is, hate that I would do it all again if you said you would. I remember 2-hour combos in my mama whip. You would blast my music, sing praise to my accomplishments. You run to me the van, cry about how them niggas hurt you. Now you box me out as if I wasn't in your inner circle. That's weird. Can we take it back?
Yeah.
I'm like, my dog in his Drake bag.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And really quick, my favorite line is that part right there. Now you box me out as if I wasn't in your inner circle.
Yeah.
As a basketball referee.
Yeah, no, I got it. Box you out. I got it. Yeah, I got it. Wordplay. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I love that line. But yeah, man, it was just, like I said, you have this friendship that like, literally, you know, we watch each other grow up and everything. You share certain moments and things like that. And then for them to kind of like shun you in a way where it's like, oh, so I just don't like exist.
Yeah, they start talking to you like HR.
Or don't talk at all.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So it was just like this weird thing. So that verse, the reason why it's so scathing like that, this is years of buildup. Like for a couple of years, that person was acting a certain way where I was like, I can't deal with this shit.
Yeah.
And I had always knew that I needed to write about it because it just like sat in me for so long, and it came out in that way. Like even the way that it starts, you know, you always said I was your person. Personally, I disagree. Personally, I always see you putting yourself in front of me. See you seeing on my messages and leaving shit on scenes. Where the day that you see me, you'll see a different side or whatever. So to say I see you, you'll see a different side of me.
Yeah.
Like it was just like this thing of like, nah, but like this is not okay. But yeah.
And then the second verse, which now, you know, with this added context is about another person, which makes me look at the song totally different. Yeah. We were talking kids and marriage throughout our 10 years. Had prepared us throughout our 10 years together. Had prepared us. Now that it's over, I can say that I'm embarrassed. All the time we spent amounted to nothing. Sucks that we're not the same people we started off loving. Used to stay up late. Hate, you know. I can rap the whole. I don't want to rap the whole verse. You know what I mean? But I want you to talk about the second verse, like.
Yeah. That was somebody who was basically like, you know, you do like high school sweethearts.
Yeah.
Like not that we didn't go to school together, but like we met at that age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I said, just having that kind of impact on each other, where we are each other's like first love, first real relationship, and you know, first heartbreaks, first, you know, get back togethers, and like just big fights and like amazing moments. It was so much of everything, you know what I mean? And the fact that you picture your life being with one person for a long time, and then it doesn't happen that way, you know, it kind of just like. It takes a long time to like come to terms with that, like, cause you picture it all, you know, you see the whole like getting married and the kids and the, you know, so, but like when it doesn't plan out that way, you have to learn how to move forward, and like but it's healthy though. I'm very happy that like we're in this place now where, you know, that person's living their life, I'm living my life.
Yeah.
And I'm able to express that. And I put the second verse in a way where just letting them know that like, hey,
it doesn't like,
it's not a blame.
Yeah.
It's like hey, like we play parts, and you know, I'm glad that we're able to, you know, be who we are. Like,
and I think that's what I appreciate about you as a writer is like you're not coming at it from a place like, oh, it's all her fault.
Right.
I'm just here, you know, like you know, certain artists when they discuss their relationships with women, it's almost like this, like, this bitch right here, yeah.
It's always this one-sided story.
Yeah,
it takes two people to create a relationship. You know what I mean? Like, problems exist. Like, I did shit that I wasn't supposed to do. She did things that made me upset, and all these things. Like, it's just life. It's what happened. You know what I mean? And I was able to just like, now that first verse, I was mad as fuck.
Yeah, first verse, he was in your ear.
That second verse is definitely more of like a amicable split, you know, just saying like, hey, like, it didn't work, you know, and that's just what it is, and that's okay. Like,
so if one or two of these people that are mentioned on the track, if they hit you up, like, let's say you just blow up like Kanye or Jay-Z tomorrow, and they try to, hey, you know, Ray, I was thinking.
No, hell no, ain't no thing.
I was just saying.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Keep thinking.
Yeah, keep thinking.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm good. It's okay.
Oh, man. Next track, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, this reminded me of like that, you know, when Big Sean would make like memories and like that. that inspirational vibe. I miss that in rap.
Yes.
Like we don't have a lot of those like go out and accomplish your dreams. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of talk about your adolescent years going on here. Looking back at an adolescent version of me, rapping with Vic, burning mixtapes onto CDs. I was hungry, I was driven, I had passion and dreams. I think I am now who I always wanted to be. I think that I'm the star that my city always wanted to see, a shining example of what it means to believe. Like, speak to that time of burning mixtapes, you was rapping with Vic, like, you know.
First off, you rap that shit better than me, like.
Oh, no, hey, no, hey, I told you. Listen, no, I zoned out. I thought, you know what I'm saying?
You was feeling that.
Yeah, I was feeling that, yeah.
No, that was a cool time, and that was like my junior and senior year of high school. Vic Smith was a very like crucial part of like me recording my verses for the very first time. He was the first person I met with a home studio. Granted, it was just a microphone and a USB mic and a laptop, but niggas didn't have that shit.
Yeah. Ain't nobody had no damn studio.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So he really taught me so much as far as like, you know, projecting my voice and creating my style and certain things, and like we would spend hours and hours and days like really making beats and just like rapping all the time. And that was like the beginning stage of this shit. And I just had this freedom and this like this like this fun and this imagination just flowing like, and it was just a great time. And I think that person would be very proud of who I am now. And I think that's really what I just wanted to get across on that, was just like I'm happy with how it all has played out to this point.
For sure. Yeah. And started the second verse, and I think we had actually spoke about the line, you know, what was behind it, but been being me before being me was cool. Back when nobody shared a lunch table with me at school. When I told kids I rap, they said that they needed proof. Spit a verse in front of class to show I wouldn't be a fluke. I always had drive and talent, but I just needed tools. Vision never got blurry, and that's why I see it through. Rather be real than fake, man, I gotta speak the truth. Like I think you told me when we were at Feature about like, you know, like high school, middle school, like, you know, you were kind of by yourself or whatever. And I was like, damn, for real? I'm like, the homie cool. Like, why y'all don't fuck with my dog Ray? Like, kind of speak to that time. Like, would that really happen for real? Like,
oh, bro, yeah, my freshman year of high school was ass. I hated that shit. I legit had no friends. Like, all the people I was cool with going from middle school into high school, like, just got clicked up, you know, the jocks with the jocks. Like, you had the cheerleaders over here, all this other shit. So I would literally sit at like lunch tables by myself. Like, I didn't have nobody. And then maybe my second year, the other misfits that didn't have nobody started kicking it with me, and they was like, hey, this nigga,
the scragglers.
This nigga kind of cool as rapping.
Yeah.
And but yeah, so I kind of had to just find myself. Like, I got humbled young, where it was just like, hey, you could have nobody, bro. Like, nobody could be here for you. So you need to be happy with yourself. Like, and as I got older, I, you know, gathered more like important friendships and things that really helped me like be the person that I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see this finished product in a way where it's like, oh, Ray's always good. Ray's always chilling there.
See,
like,
I met you at the finished product.
Like, but it took a lot of time to like really be happy with who I was. You know what I mean? Because like a lot of people doubted me. A lot of people just wasn't fucking with me for whatever reason. Even when, you know, starting music, you get a lot of friends and family who was like, dog, like, you cool, like, you like, cool, it's nice, like, it's whatever. I had to overcome a lot of shit. So, like, that line is very important to me. Been being me before being me was cool. Like, nigga, I've been doing this shit. I've been this way. Like, it didn't just happen. Like,
I've been alternative.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So, that's it.
And then another line that grabbed my attention on here, you know, just kind of snuck it in the end of the second verse. 15 years of grinding just to blow up overnight.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Actually, if you wanted to continue with the rest of the verse, 15 years of grinding just to blow up overnight. Niggas hated on me heavy like my raps was something light. Then they see me spit on Sway, now they all believe the hype.
Yeah.
So kind of, if you could reflect on these last 15 years.
Yeah, bro. Going back to, like I said, to working with Vic, to, you know, eventually making mixtapes in high school and making my name out in the city, and meeting the Dreamers, and you know, shout out to Sorrell, shout out to my boy Rico, aka Chop, shout out to Artie, shout out to Chels, shout out to Tej, you know, shout out to everybody. But like, they really helped me propel myself in the city, and just, I don't know, just seeing how everything is played out, man. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of like, you know, pushing through tough times and shit, but I never gave up on it. You know, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
For sure. It's 15 years and still counting.
You know what I mean?
We ain't done.
Yeah,
we just getting started.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's the thing about being like, quote unquote, an overnight success. It's like, oh, now everyone knows you type shit. When it's like, y'all should have known me back then.
Right, yeah,
You could have got your seat ready and early. You know what I'm trying to say?
It's all good.
Bonus track, Bliss.
Yes.
But we end the album with I Don't Know.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bliss, I mean, who made that beat? That beat is fucking crazy.
It's one of my favorite songs.
For sure.
My favorite beats also. That was YouTube. I'm sorry, that's YouTube.
Hey, whoever did that shit, whoever did that shit, they got it going.
Gotcha. Yeah. So no, like that song meant a lot for me, just on like giving that positivity. You know what I mean? Just like letting people know, live life, bro. Like for the good, for the bad. Like really, just like it's okay. That's really what that song is about. I just wanted to empower people to live life, and I really wanted to speak from that perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that song.
So, in culmination, though, I mean, first of all, if I haven't told you, I'm proud of you for dropping the project.
My dog.
My dog, come on, man. You already like, you know there wasn't no doubt that, you know what I'm saying? Once you asked me to do it, I'm like, you know I got you.
Facts.
But, you know, I'm excited for you. Obviously, do we have a date on the project? Can you say it on air?
Yeah. So, for everybody wondering, the album will be coming out on January 30th.
Ooh.
So we got a couple
Signed,
weeks.
sealed, delivered. Okay.
January 30th.
Get y'all fits ready.
The album will be released. I will be having pre-sales up, I believe, on the 16th. That's the goal. We got a listening party on the 23rd. So we got a busy month of January. But yeah, so that's how we looking, man. We coming in hot in 2026.
Good boy, listen. Yeah. Since you sent me the album to listen, you've been on it. Hey, we meet it here. Yeah. I need you to listen to I'm gonna send you the lyrics. I'm like, whoo. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get back in my interviewer bag, because you know what I mean. I kind of slowed down after like I'll say August, September, something like that. So once you called me, I'm like, oh shit, I better get on my sway. I better get on my, you know what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of times with artists, like I've noticed this, you know, with a lot of my homies that make music, it's like you gotta want it as bad as anybody else. Facts. Nobody's gonna want it more than you, type shit. So I've noticed that with you, Mac, anybody that like does music for real, it's like this is their life. Yeah. You might have a 9-to-5 to supplement what you do, but music is your thing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I tell people all the time, this music thing only goes as far as you take it. Like, if I stop today, this shit will stop.
Facts.
And no one else will be able to push it. It's a fucking boulder I'm pushing uphill.
Yeah.
If I let this bitch go,
heavy to the motherfucker. Done. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It'll roll back.
Exactly. Yeah. You're done. Like, but you take it one day at a time, and if you really care about it, if you really love it, you know, you get as far as, you know, we've all gotten to this point. And, you know, I'm not stopping no time soon.
Hell no. Yeah, we threw them but
yeah.
We wrapping up. We in downtown.
Yes, sir.
Playhouse LV. Again, shout out my brother Perry for giving us the you know what I mean, the locale.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
That's crazy.
My dog.
Come on, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
thank you, bro.
Of course.